Senator Alsobrooks.
All right, I want to thank Chair Cassidy and Ranking Member Sanders for hosting this committee today, and certainly want to thank you so much to our witnesses for being present today and for the work that you do every day to ensure that people and businesses across our country can count on the railroad service for their transportation needs. I also want to commend the RRB for the work that you've done to improve responsiveness and service delivery to your members. In Maryland, we have 4,300 active rail workers and 7,400 rail retirement beneficiaries. And I know that these issues matter so much to each of them. So I have a first question for Chair Chorlé. I can relate in so many ways to the need to get the service delivery and to make sure that your members are well-staffed. As in fact, when I served as county executive, one of my new agency directors approached me early in my term and said, I enjoy working in your administration, but as I've had an opportunity to look around this agency, it's a little bit like walking into 1985 is what he told me, and this was in 2018 in terms of technology and paper filing. So these technology and staffing challenges definitely hamper our ability to serve our constituents in a timely and meaningful way. So I want to commend the RRB for reducing average call wait times from 30 minutes to 7. Technology upgrades have helped improve services for the men and women who have dedicated their lives to our rail system. And you've made this progress as the RRB's budget has remained flat. And you continue to face the challenges of a 21% reduction in field office staff and a 58% increase in the number of benefit applications received. So I understand that your $170 million budget request will help increase staff and improve technology in the short term, but what will you need in the long term to ensure the high-quality level of service that your members deserve and that I know you're committed to providing?
So short term and long term. Short term, we don't even have the money to pay overtime. I mean, so during our peak season, let's say we've made significant progress in let's say the phone service, which you mentioned, and thank you for acknowledging that. But still, as Mr. Joines pointed out, you can still wait for as long as 2 hours to get a phone answered during our peak season, which is tax season, and people have lots of questions around that time. Obviously, we don't have the money to pay overtime. So our call system, maybe this is a little too much detail, but our call system is a national system where we have people on the East Coast and the West Coast. We could pay overtime to the people on the East Coast to answer questions from people on the West Coast, but we don't have the money to pay overtime. I mean, we've been in a self-imposed hiring freeze since at least 2023. It's not a recent thing. It's not a recent thing that we've done. So, long term, I think the single biggest investment that would pay long-term benefits is the technology development, and that I think is the answer to your question. I mean, again, long term, we could hire 20 people in disability tomorrow if we had the money for it. It would still take 6 months to 2 years for them to really get fully up to speed on what they need to know to do the job. So there's some immediate needs. And then again, the longer term, I think the technology investment is probably the single best long-term investment that we can make.
Thank you. And Mr. Joines, I want to thank you as well for your service to our country and for all the ways that you've continued to serve throughout your life. And in your testimony, you mentioned how Congress has not raised the RRB's ability to spend their resources in 15 years and the impacts that it's had on RRB's attempt to serve rail workers, and specifically in terms of face-to-face service. I know you answered some part of this question a moment ago, but I'd love for you to share your thoughts on how RRB's $170 million budget request will help address the reduction in field office staff and what that would mean for railroaders for both a service perspective and their morale. I imagine morale is to know that they're able to walk into a field office and have face-to-face interactions as they make critical decisions about their long-term financial future. Can you just comment on that?
Thank you, Senator.
you know, I try to, we try to talk about these things about, you know, how they impact our members. And not just our members, but all railroaders. And so, you know, one of the results of the shortfall, like you're talking about, is, you know, they used to have retirement seminars around the country. They can't do that now. They don't have the money to put on these seminars. And so it's like that field office in Nashville that's so vital for me and other folks like me. The field offices, you know, in New Orleans, the field offices in Kansas City, the field offices in Richmond. Those are the lifelines for the workers, because I have to go in and as the chairman was talking about the stack of papers that they actually have to go through when we get ready to retire. It's a stack of papers as well, and so they walk us through. And as I said earlier, it's a scary process getting ready to retire or seek disability because you can't work anymore. And so that one-on-one interaction with the people in the field offices is very important to our members to be able to get the right information, because whatever we turn in from them is going to affect us for the rest of our lives. So you can understand how important it is to have the opportunities to get that one-on-one connection with the field offices.
Thank you so much.